Welcome back to the channel. You got Miss over here, who is home from daycare sick. She has been sick all week and last week. So we're going on 2 weeks of her being home. And I'm tired. I'm sure you can tell. Also, kids love to share. I think it's great how we spend so much time teaching kids how to share. And it just naturally comes to them because why do I have to be sick just because you was sick? Great times. Great times. Anyways, I have been having issues reading lately. I think I'm in a reading slump, which is great for the beginning of 2026, which is fine. I did reread The Midnight Library, which I probably have yapped about so many times at this point. It's one of my favorite books of all time. And I don't think it put me in a reading slump, but maybe it aided the reading slump that was already created, developing, going on, whatever, because it's such an impactful story that to follow it up with anything just seems like I just seems impossible. It seems like I can't do it. So I think I sampled probably like 4 or 5 different books, and then I settled on Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon. I feel like I can't really speak to what the story is about. We followed 2 young women so far. One of them is Estina and the other one is Don Mata. And Don Mata is this princess who's like locked in a tower. Like her dad has her locked away in some tower until she gets married to some guy. But then he's just gonna, like, once they get married, if she gets pregnant, then he's just gonna bring her back and lock her in the tower again. I'm not really sure what her dad is so scared of. I feel like it's being alluded to, but it hasn't been said, so I feel like maybe I don't know, it's a very interesting dynamic between her and her dad because there's like that familial bond, but then their interactions are very tense and like there's always an undercurrent of like scheming. I don't know. It's very interesting. And then Estina is a young woman who is an orphan, if I'm not mistaken. Like I think her parents did die at some point in her past, and she committed a crime against a soldier, and she's kind of like on the run with her partner, but her partner doesn't want to commit, but also it's just like a weird dynamic between her and her partner too, because the reason that she committed the crime was for her partner Liat, but like Liat is just very reluctant to commit to anything with Estina, and it's kind of heartbreaking a little bit. But I'm about 40% of the way through, and I honestly can't really tell you what's going on. I can tell you that there's like this very malevolent force that I guess was dormant. I think that they thought, like the people thought they defeated this force, Freer or something. It's some dark force, and I guess the whole time it was actually just dormant. It was actually just dormant, and now it's waking up, and all of these like really crazy creatures, like wyverns, but they're like purely malicious from this point of view in this short story. All of these creatures are like waking up and attacking, and it's funny because something has happened. I don't fully understand why it happened. Like I don't understand why that character asked for Don Mata's dad, like the king. I don't understand why he asked for the king. I also don't understand what happened to the king after that meeting. I'm a little confused. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little confused. I think it partially comes from the fact that the writing style is very lyrical. Like it's very, I feel like everything is being told to me in some sort of analogy or metaphor. I don't hate it, but I think it's leading to me not fully understanding what's going on because I'm kind of in a reading slump, and then to pick up something so lyrical is maybe not the best, but I want to see it through to the end because the story is like 250 pages. I want to keep reading because I want to see what Samantha Shannon does in just 250 pages because I have her other 2 books, A Priory of the Orange Tree and A Day of Fallen Night, I think it's called. So far, I like the characters. I like both female point of views. I think that they have a sense of like just inner strength, and I love that. I love strong female characters, just strong characters in general. I love them. So I'm enjoying that part of it very much. I'm enjoying these like wyverns, and like there are these creatures that are kind of like mutants of wyverns or something like that. So I'm going to finish it out and see how we feel about it, and that'll give me a good taste for the rest of the Roots of Chaos series. Either way, my intention is to finish this and then find something else to read. I don't know. Kids are like kittens. You buy them all these cool toys, and then they end up being hyper fixated on a box. It's fantastic. With her creepy doll. Tonight got a little chaotic. It got a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what's going on right now. I did manage to finish, as you saw in the clips, Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon. It's very much so a prequel. It's very much so like an entryway into something. The Priory of the Orange Tree, the author says it at the beginning of the book that this is a prequel to that book. So, like, it sets a scene, I think. Like, you get 3 point of views. One of them kind of seemed, now that I finished it, one of them seems a little, I don't understand what was the point of this person. But I'm assuming that they will make some type of appearance in the Priory of the Orange Tree, and having this background on them will be helpful. But I loved Marosa. I genuinely loved her so much. Like, she is such a multifaceted character, and I just appreciated all the sides of her, all the faces of her. I just really hope that Marosa gets some type of relief. I hope that those shackles that she has kind of willingly put on for her people in Among the Burning Flowers, I hope that she's released from them in the Priory of the Orange Tree, that she gets some type of, just something, I guess, happy ending of some sort in some way, shape, or form, because I really loved her. She was a kind person. She was a thoughtful person. She was selfless. You still got to see moments where she really did mourn the loss of her dreams and her own hopes, but she did it in favor of her people, but without becoming like a martyr. I don't necessarily love martyrs in my stories. I really enjoyed her character arc, and I hope we get to see more of her in the Priory of the Orange Tree. And then the third point of view was Albrecht, which was her Marosa's betrothed. And again, I feel like you just got a lot of quite a bit of background and kind of like insight into some of the major events that maybe are propelling the Priory of the Orange Tree forward. I think that's what this is. Again, I don't know because I haven't read any of the other Samantha Shannon books, so I'm not sure, but in my brain, that's what I'm assuming. So I feel like, based off of what I've just read, only the one book, it seems like a pretty nice, smooth transition into the Priory of the Orange Tree. So when I get to it, I guess we'll see. I'll update you guys whenever I get to the Priory of the Orange Tree. Right now, in this crippling reading slump that I'm in, there's no way I can handle reading that book. So I'm not even going to pretend to pick it up, because I will DNF it, and then I might never read it. And I think I really do want to give it a try. I'm surprised that I managed to read Among the Burning Flowers, because it was a very rich story. Like, it had a lot of pieces to it. I'm surprised I got through that and enjoyed it as much as I did. You know what I did find? I went outside for some air, and I found this artist. It was a TikTok audio, and I liked it, but I didn't remember what the song name was. But the artist is Gigi Perez, and the song is called Sugar Water. I guess it's like a new release of hers or something. And I really liked it, and I was listening to some of her music while I was outside. And I really like her like lyrics, like how her songwriting. I hope she writes her own songs, or whoever writes them is really good with lyrics. And I've been trying to like figure out what music I like again, because I go through phases with music, and it's been a very long time. I want to say it's been like almost a year where I just have not enjoyed music that much. And I don't know why, because I love music, but I don't know. I guess I'm like in a music slump or something. You know how like you get a reading slump? I'm in a music slump. And I did enjoy her music today, so I don't know. I'll listen to some of that tomorrow maybe. I don't even want to move. You guys ever just get so tired you just don't want to move? I just want to like right here, but my neck would hurt so bad tomorrow. It would kill me tomorrow. I think this weekend I might try to do a 24-hour reading challenge. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe I'll do like a half of one. Maybe I'll do some type of like reading challenge this weekend. I don't know if a reading slump and a reading challenge go together, but maybe it'll cure me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm sorry. I'm just rambling. Forgive me. I'm done. Have a good night. I will see you in the morning, and we will restart this conversation. Good morning. I know I look crazy. Look here. Okay. I know I look crazy. I literally just woke up and my first thought was, where's the book? Where's the book? I was supposed to go to sleep last night and I read 220 pages of this instead. This is so good. This is so much fun. Literally I had to force myself to put it down last night. Let's finish this. Let's finish Defy the Night and see if this is actually going to help me cure my reading slump. I think it is, but I also don't want to jinx it, so knock on wood. I think it is. So let's see. I'm making some tea. But other than that, I'm not moving from this book until I have completed reading it. I just need to make some tea because I feel like crap today. I feel way worse today than I did yesterday, and I think it's, whatever I got for my daughter is finally starting to it's going to run its course, and this is like the worst part of the course, I assume. Sorry, I don't like wearing a hood all the time. So hopefully I'm not too ugly for you guys. Editing Ange here. I totally forgot to tell you guys what Defy the Night was even about when I first brought it up in one of the clips. So it's a YA fantasy, and you follow a young woman named Tessa who lives in the wilds, and it's very much so made up of lower class people. They don't have as much access to resources or to the medicine, the only medicine that can cure this fever that's going around killing everybody, which is moonflower. And she is an apothecary, but she does this outlaw apothecary gig where she and her partner Wes go and they steal moonflower and make the elixir, and then they pass it out in the wilds to the lower class. Because of course, if you have a lower class, that means you have an upper class, and the upper class is buying too much of this medicine, more than they need, and at really high prices. So the lower class is basically kind of shut out. They get their rations from the government, but outside of that, they can't really afford to buy more. So that's what this is about. There's a lot of political scheming and intrigue. The character work is fantastic. Chapter 9 is explosive, and then 4 chapters later it's even more explosive. So it was just a really good YA fantasy to read. I enjoyed myself. I thought the pacing was perfection. And yeah, I'm really sorry that I completely forgot to talk about what the book was. I randomly picked it. I was between that and something else on my Kindle, and I just randomly went with the YA fantasy, and I'm really glad that I did. So back to the video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this vlog. We read some good books. I am so pleasantly surprised by Defy the Night, but I'm really excited to read. Defend the Dawn. Destroy the Day, I think. I have that coming on the way. I did order it. I read the first 2 chapters of Defend the Dawn, and I was like, yep, this is good. It started off really well. I hope it maintains that same quality throughout the rest of the second book. But I did go ahead and order the 3rd book because I think I'm going to make that my weekly reading. But anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me these couple of days, especially while I was a little bit down and under the cold. The cold got me, and then my cramps got me. I got this week. But thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks for supporting me, for watching the video. I really, really appreciate it. You have no idea. I wish I could hug all of you. And I'm not even a hugger, to be honest, but I wish I could hug you guys. I will see you for the next video, and as always, happy reading.